212, all my successful lions out there. I'm back. Yeah, I'm on my Rico Suave today, man. I'm on my Rico Suave today. Don't mind me. Getting ready to do some things. I figured it's been long enough, so I wanted to come bless you guys with a video of things that's going on right now. So we got police brutality, Mr. Nichols, the young brother in Memphis that got beat down till he was up out of here, very unfortunate. We got the Chinese spy balloons, and as of yesterday, they found another one. All right, the first one I think is North Carolina, then they just found another one over Texas or Mexico. And then we got all the store closings. So that means a lot of people out of jobs. Tons of stores are closing, so people are gonna be out of jobs. And it feels like we're in like a quiet recession, but it's definitely, the inflation is high. You go to the grocery store, you leave with 2 bags of stuff, 2 bags of goods, and it's $100, man. It's absolutely insane because they're putting it up by like 50 cents. So everything you buy, 50 cent, $1, 50 cent, $1, 50 cent, 40 cent, 30 cent. And it just continues to add up to your, from what we had 2 years ago, now it's costing us more. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. And of course, I try to show good eating habits, so this is breakfast for me: strawberry, raspberry, blueberries, all the berries that you need, man, to keep looking good, keep refreshed, keep young, and of course, an apple. Apple a day keeps the doctor away, and it's very true, that saying, very true, that saying. So this is my breakfast right here, top with the water, and you good. That's how you keep lean, keep looking right, keep looking young, keep looking refreshed. I'm on my Rico Suave. Cheers. So let's get it. All right, let's get it. So of course, these are the guys. Hold on. These are the guys here. You can see that, right? So let's see. Tyre Nichols. Mother says Memphis police officers brought shame to their families and the black community. On Saturday, Memphis police said it had permanently deactivated the unit. And the unit is crazy. It's called Scorpion. Like, why? I understand, they gave it like an acronym or whatever, but it's crazy, man. So, so the story is, I'm not going to show the video. Everybody probably seen the video by now. It's disgusting. I'm disgusted by it. So the officer struck him multiple times, including punches to the face, while his hands were restrained. He yelled, "Mom, Mom," Nichols yelled out in anguish. At one point, officers are seen hitting him at least 9 times without visible provocation. Though paramedics arrived minutes after officers disengaged, Nichols appeared to be left multiple times on the pavement without assistance before an ambulance showed up. The footage stunned hardened law enforcement experts. Officials across the country expressed outrage, including President Joe Biden, who said it was yet another painful reminder of the profound fear and trauma, the pain and exhaustion that Black and brown Americans experience every single day. Now, I gotta speak about that. I understand the outrage, like President Biden just said, but you'll never understand what it's like walking in a black man's shoes in America. He just said, the trauma we experience, you'll never understand that. You'll never understand it. I don't care what reparations talk they're talking, what benefits. You'll never understand the trauma that is generational. It's spiritual, it's generational. Even though I wasn't alive for slavery and a lot of the brutality that our families went through, let me remind you that pretty much slavery ended, and got abolished in 64, 1960? So I was born in 82. So while I was growing up, it was still very outlandish, in-your-face racism growing up as a kid. I went to school in South Boston. So, and if anybody's familiar with South Boston, those that are out of state and out of the country, South Boston was ran by gangster Whitey Bulger, turned rat informant Whitey Bulger. So he didn't, because he didn't like black folks. So it was a lot of racism during that time. So all throughout Boston. And athletes has played here and said it's a racist town or whatever, but it's definitely changed throughout the years. You know what I mean? It's just not outlandish, as times change and interracial dating and all this stuff. So times has changed, but it's still there. And Biden, he will never understand. I kind of dislike when people say that, because you'll never understand what it's like walking in our shoes. Never. So what happened to Mr. Nichols, RIP to him, and the continued, yes, this was like black on black, but it was blue against black, and there's other stories that saying one of the officers, Tyre, was sleeping with one of, I think his ex-wife. That may be true, it'll all come out, but, it's just a sad thing, man, that we get harassed all the time. Like, you see flashing lights, you get flashbacks of being harassed. Even me as a legit person, but I drive, very nice cars, and you see police in your rear view. They're probably running your tags, and then they pull off, or somebody pull you over, say you was going too fast, and give you a warning just to see, if your car smells like weed. And that's what I tell people, man. Don't give them a chance, man. Be sober, be vigilant during these times, man. Don't give it a chance. Don't give it a chance to be taken away from your family and risk your freedom, So everybody knows I'm sober. So if they ever say, oh, he was high or drunk off something, y'all know it ain't true. I gave that up a long time ago, thanks to the Most High. So we gotta stay sober and vigilant in these times, man, and stand as one, man. We're so separated, but it's just the times we're living in. So I wanted to say RIP to him, condolences to his family, and I hope they, make an example out of these officers, and moving forward, continue to make examples out of these officers. They were fired immediately, and That's what I don't like as well, because on other cases with other uh, uh, race groups, they will let go on leave, paid leave. So that's kind of disgusting as well. So I'll just leave it there. So next, we want to talk about a Chinese spy balloon that's just hovering, chilling. Like, and I was speaking to a friend of mine. We were like, yo, you remember how Independence Day started? You started to see all these crafts, like making a loop, a circle, and then destruction. Now, U.S. says they don't want to interact with it or engage with it because it might result in leaving down below. Let me put exactly what they said. They said the U.S. government is monitoring a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon that has been moving over northern states over the past several days. Pentagon spokesman Jen Pat Ryder said during a briefing on Thursday afternoon that the U.S. government has detected a high-altitude surveillance balloon over the continental U.S. The United States government has detected and is tracking a high-altitude surveillance balloon that is over the continental United States right now. The U.S. government, to include NORAD, continues to track and monitor it closely. The balloon is currently traveling at an altitude well above commercial air traffic and does not present a military or physical threat to people on the ground. Instances of this kind of balloon activity has been observed previously over the past several years. Once the balloon was detected, the U.S. government acted immediately to protect against the collection of sensitive information. The senior defense official said that the U.S. government is confident that the surveillance balloon belongs to the People's Republic of China. The defense official said that the balloon was recently over Montana and that officials were considering bringing it down with military assets, but they decided against doing so because of the risks associated, adding that President Biden was briefed on the situation and asked for military options. It's crazy. Let me finish. So the context for that was that we put some things on station in the event that a decision was made to bring this down while it was over Montana. So we wanted to make sure we were coordinating with civil authorities to empty out the airspace around that potential area. But even with those protective measures taken, it was the judgment of our military commanders that we didn't drive the risk down low enough, so we didn't take the shot, the official said. Like, what is going on around us, man? Like, that's why you gotta cherish every day. Like, people don't understand, man. We are living in these last days. Like, yes, look your best, feel your best, make goals, accomplish goals, continue to live, but you gotta put God first. As always, man, put God first, work on your health, eat right, get up out here and grind and make something up yourself. Don't just sit around in the bed and woe is me type of deal. But you gotta watch the signs, man. God told us, watch in the sky, watch the signs. I never seen nothing like this, nothing. And they said it's like 2 or 3 now over different areas. This is insane. So you guys gotta watch the signs, man. What's going on out here? And I'll just leave it at that with that, man. It's just so much stuff. And I was speaking to a young brother the other day that I told him, I say, trying to stay disciplined and focused, tunnel vision is one of the most hardest things as a human that you will ever go through or ever have to achieve, that you will ever go through and you will ever have to achieve, because there's so much distractions around you that it makes it so difficult to do. It's like we're going through, I told him, like, we're going through, as we're going through every day, it's like walking through a tornado around you, but you can't see it. Like, it's a tornado of distractions like this: police brutality, people losing their jobs, recession, people getting, divorce in your life, your kids are going through things in your life, a family member might be sick, you don't have income, you owe the IRS, you owe student loans, you owe this person, you owe your car, you owe a mortgage, how you gonna pay your rent. It's so much things as you're walking through life. It's so hard to stay focused and on your path, but I tell you, man, it's no fluke. When you put God first and walk through your path, you'll be okay. You'll be okay, man. But last but not least, before we get up out of here, we're going to talk about this. All these stores closing. We got Target closing 13 stores. Pardon me. I want y'all to hear me clearly. You got Target closing 13 stores, Walgreens closing 200 stores, Macy's closing 125 stores over the next 3 years. You got Starbucks closing 400 stores, Bed Bath & Beyond closing 43 stores in possible bankruptcy, Victoria's Secret closing 50 stores, American Eagle Outfitters closing 250 stores, Kohl's 27 stores, GameStop 200 stores in possible bankruptcy, Walmart 153 stores, JCPenney 90 stores. If you add all these up, look how many people are losing their jobs. This has to be, if I was to guesstimate, maybe 500,000 people losing their jobs, maybe. If I had to guesstimate, it has to be at least 250,000 to 500,000 people losing their job with these store closings. Gotta be. Just with Walgreens, 200 stores, you gotta figure there's at least 25 workers each, right? Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Hold on. So 25 times 200. That's 5,000 workers at least. That's just an estimate. So out of everybody else, yeah, we got to be at least 200,000 people losing their jobs. Insane, man. Insane, man. But yeah, I just wanted to come bless you guys with that real quick. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I gotta get up out of here, eat my fruit, drink my water, and start my day. It's gonna be a beautiful day, grand day. Cheer, man. All my successful lions out there, stay up, stay shining, stay smiling, and shine on them, man. Shine on them. Till next time.